We are about to take the entrance to Judge's Riverside restaurant and the Catawba River Greenway. This will be at the one end of the Morganton Greenway Trail. It is called the Greenlee Forward Access. And actually I'm on this side of the sign because the sun is shining on this side, but the entrance is behind me. I will include coordinates in the video with this entrance to the Greenway Trail. Okay, just ahead to the left there you'll see Judge's Restaurant. It's a pretty well known local venue for barbecue and other fare. They have a buffet. We'll get more into that in a minute. We're going to go over and visit with them. And then over here to the right you'll see a large soccer complex. And then there is a trail that loops around the soccer complex. You can see where the trail goes straight ahead here. Well, straight ahead there is the Catawba River, and there's a big parking area where you can start on one end of the trail here to venture out and see what all it has to offer. And we're going to do that next, so stand by. Okay, so we've moved up closer to Judge's Restaurant, and as you can see, it's a busy place. Cars have been coming in steadily since we filmed just a minute ago. Starting to fill up Sunday afternoon. You see they have outdoor space over here, and on the back there's an outdoor deck. We'll get a closer look at that. But over here to the right is the Catawba River Greenway, and this is the parking area just below us here. And we're going to venture along the Greenway here in just a few moments. But first, let's go look closer at Judge's Restaurant. And here we are at the front of the building. Janet insisted I get a good shot of the front, and now we're going to go around the back where you can see the river and the outdoor decks. Some kayakers. But here we have the outdoor eating venue on the back side of Judge's. Excuse me. Yeah. We're trying to be careful not to interfere with their operations today here on the deck. We're not eating here today, so we didn't want to overimpose ourselves. But it's nice to come out here and sit on the deck and have a nice meal. Something we haven't done in a long time, but we used to do kind of regularly. And you can see from the decks on the back here, if you look down here you see another deck. Oftentimes they'll have, on Friday and Saturday nights, they'll have a band set up there for live music. And then over here, they have a private area for private parties that you can rent out. Kind of an outdoor space. They bring everything to you. This is the back side of the restaurant. We're not going to go in. I don't want to bother the management today. Maybe another time we'll come back and have a meal. They have another section up here with outdoor seating. And inside there they have a nice area with the fireplace. Hi, you're on YouTube. That's Janet down there. Just walking down by the river. And again, this is the Catawba River. This section of the Catawba River flows out of Lake James, which comes down. The Linville River and the Catawba River converge into Lake James, along with Paddy Creek, to make that lake. There's 3 dams, and at one of the dams, they all flow out and become the Catawba River again. And we're now looking upriver, and you can put in kayaks upriver at multiple points, including all the way up to the dam at the lake. And just over here to the right a little ways, we're going to come to a kayak and canoe launch where a lot of people take out, some put in there and go on down to the Johns River access where it merges into the Catawba. And looking across here you can kind of see the parking area for this end of the Greenway Trail. And I see some kayakers either loading or unloading kayaks over there. There's a lot of biking, walking, hiking goes on here. It's just a great place for outdoor adventure, just a day to just enjoy the nature. And like today's got a nice breeze and a lot of shade. So let's go explore a little bit. Maybe hard to see with all the shadows, but I just wanted to get this broad view of Judge's Restaurant from the side, looking at it from the park area or the Greenway Trail area. And let's head on down to the canoe and kayak launch area. Someday I'm going to get a nice camera with some stabilization control. I'm walking right now with the phone. How you doing? Where'd you guys put in at?
The dam.
Up at the dam?
Yeah.
How many miles is that from there to here? Not sure?
About 5-hour ride.
5 hours? And you had the portage around the small dam up there? Yeah. Okay, you don't mind being on YouTube, do you? Okay.
We're doing videos of the area.
Oh, you're fine.
This is the portage area where you can take out or put in your kayaks and canoes. You can fish down here also. Okay, now we're going to continue on down the trail. Oh, it's nice and cool in the shade. I think the temperature high today is what, around 90? But there's a nice breeze in here. Feels so good. You see the river to the side here. There's another trail over the parking lot where we were. There's another trail over that way that's parallel to this one, and they kind of join back up ahead up here. This one just brings you down by the water at the beginning of the trail. Hey, little feller. See the squirrel? Might be too dark.
Something tried to get that little thing.
Wish I'd seen him sooner. Could have got a better picture. And as you go along the trail, there will be multiple points with different types of docks and decks, observation points. Some are right down by the water like this one, and others are up high where the banks are high. And I forgot to mention Judge's Restaurant back there. In 2004 there was a big flood, and as high up as that deck was from the river, if you can imagine, the river was several feet deep inside the restaurant. Oftentimes you can come out here and see ducks, people feeding the ducks or fishing off of this little dock area.
Doing pictures.
Yeah.
Taking pictures.
I don't know if you can see through the trees off in the distance there. There's a footbridge that goes across, and that connects to Freedom Park, and we'll get to that here in just a minute. So we're going to head up the steps here from the little dock and join back with the other part of the trail I was talking about. Okay, now here at the top of the steps you can see there's a park area with picnic tables, resting benches. There's some tables in there. There's a playground for children over there in the shade. And looking back this way, you can still see the parking lot and Judges. So this is the trail coming in, and we came in through the lower trail and up these steps. We're going to continue on down this way. Along the trail, you'll see these safety markers. They're like kind of like mile markers. If you have an emergency or something happens, if you need to call for help, you can tell emergency personnel what part of the trail you're on. You'll also notice along the trail there will be different workout stations with little signs telling you what types of workouts you can do, how each item is used, and we'll see more of those as we go. Hey, little squirrel. Hey, buddy, you want something to eat? I don't have anything to give you.
I know. It's so pretty. I know.
So cute the way he did that.
I know.
So polite. He's so polite. What a gentleman.
I'm sorry.
Well, here you can get an idea of some of the big trees. We'll come to an area where it's a little more lush and green, a little more scenic. And on the right here, you'll see another workout station. I'm probably not going to show you all of these. I just wanted to give you the idea that they are here, and there's many of them. Okay, we need to move to the right. There's a biker coming. Some days this trail is busier than others. Some days it's like this where there's not so much going on. As we get down towards the other end past a certain point, there may be more activity. There's more parking areas, more entrances to the park. Here at this first intersection in the trail, let me kind of show you here. There's an intersection. We were going straight ahead that way. This is a bridge that connects over to Freedom Park. And we'll talk more about Freedom Park in a little bit. Right now we're going to continue on down the trail. If you're into geocaching, there's a lot of geocaches on this trail, and I have one hidden just right over there on the bridge. When you turn around and look the opposite direction from the bridge, you'll see the soccer fields. So we're still kind of near the one end of the Green Ford Lee access area, part of the trail. Okay, just ahead you'll see another bridge that crosses over the trail. Well, the part of the trail we're on here that goes under that bridge just loops around the soccer fields and goes back over to the area where Judge's Restaurant is. And you can see right up here there's a right just before the bridge that loops you around, takes you up on the bridge. And that bridge crosses over Silver Creek, which feeds into the Catawba, which is behind us.
Oh, shit.